I'm Victor Hargis, and coming up on SU at Noon, Jennifer Fago visits the campus garden and talks to members of CFAT. We'll take you behind the scenes of Weber Chapel, and Jazier Erskines will be interviewing Armand Owens about his comeback to the track here in the studio.
Good afternoon and welcome to SU at Noon. I'm Jennifer Fago.
Our first story today is an interview with Associate Professor Craig Stark.
SU News at Noon recently had the opportunity to sit down with Dr. Craig Stark, an Associate Professor of Communications at Susquehanna University. Professor Stark has been working at Susquehanna since 2006. Originally an accounting major, Stark developed an interest for communications after working at his college radio station. From there, he earned his degree and soon got a job at the university.
Susquehanna was a good fit because of the school size. Good to know the students. I taught at the bigger schools before, and it was sort of like the students would come in, they leave, never see them again, number kind of thing. There was that. Camaraderie with the other colleagues and members of the faculty in the department is kind of nice.
Craig Stark is also involved in WQSU, Susquehanna's student-run radio station. He'll be the station manager next year, filling in for Larry Augustine, who has been working there since his first air date on 1967. With such big shoes to fill, Stark says he's ready.
One of the nice things that'll make this a little bit easier, I think, is that there's pretty much an established system in place. Every place I've had to do this it's been scorched earth in other places, so it's sort of like starting from scratch, which can be a little problematic at times. So I'm expecting a pretty smooth transition, pretty easy stuff. Professor Augustine left everything in really good shape. Yeah, so it'll be pretty easy.
We also sat down with one of Susquehanna's current students, Carrie Hyland, asking her to share her opinion about Stark as an instructor.
So he's a really cool instructor. He is just a really nice guy. You can go to him for like anything. Never afraid that like he'll turn you away or like tell you your question is dumb. He might joke about it being dumb, but he doesn't mean it. So I just feel comfortable always going to him and asking him for like help if I need it. So I think that's the way an instructor should be.
And what does Stark say his favorite part of working at Susquehanna is?
Working with the students, honestly, because they're just a lot of fun, they're smart, they do a good job.
I'm Allie Reichenbach reporting for SU News at Noon.
Coming up, see how a team of college students from Susquehanna University is helping to feed the community through a community garden.
I like to use America's #1 shaving cream for its thick and rich lather, infused with soothing aloe, for the more sensitive fellas. Those other brands just don't cut it. No matter what style you're looking for, you can always guarantee a close, smooth shave. The cleanest shave for the dirtiest men, with the most unruly beards. Barbasol. Close shave, America. I like to use America's #1 shaving cream for its thick and rich lather, infused with soothing aloe, for the more sensitive fellas. Those other brands just don't cut it. No matter what style you're looking for, you can always...
Beautiful day for fishing. Remember when I caught the big one? Yeah, that was tasty. What's tasty is Fago soda. I could sure use one right now because they're not biting today. Sounds refreshing. Cheers.
This season on Real Students of Susquehanna.
I hate you! Oh my God, you're the worst.
Which one did she choose? The one that we sat on. And where do we go? We left.
Oh, wait. We like have this fight every other day and you never respond. All you do is dance horribly. You're not even doing anything.
Sorry.
Welcome back. The Community Food Action Team here at Susquehanna University is teaming up with local organizations and the campus garden to feed the underprivileged in our community. I had the chance to speak with AmeriCorps Vista Food Access Coordinator Nally Sidoff and Campus Garden volunteers about their Seed to Table initiative. Each year, the Community Food Action Team and Campus Garden volunteers plant and maintain a garden on the southwest side of Susquehanna University's campus. During the summer months, the food harvested from the garden is used to prepare meals for underprivileged members of the community. I spoke with AmeriCorps Vista and CFAC coordinator Nellie Sidoff about their efforts in conjunction with Martha's Table and American Legion. She spoke about how their initiatives have a great impact on the community.
There's definitely a need. I think that if you were to come to one of our hot meal programs like Martha's Table or to go to the breakfast, you can see just the appreciation, I think, on the faces of the people that are there, whether or not they 100% can't provide food for themselves or if this is just a way for them to get out and sort of interact with the local community. There is definitely a culture around it that people are appreciative to be in that space. So we're making an impact there. I think what's also really important is the impact that it makes on the students that come and volunteer and that serve and that are in CFAT as well. It's really interesting, I think, and integral to the sort of college and university dynamic for students to realize like their impact that they're making as well.
SU at Noon had visited the garden and spoke to the student volunteers about the Seed to Table initiative.
I've been gardening all my life. I've always been growing fruits and vegetables, and I've always led a very service-based life. I've done a lot of community work, so combining the two is really ideal for me. It's so great to be able to garden in a way that benefits the community and the environment around us. We aim to do sustainable gardening, things that are good for the local, birds, and we plant bee-friendly flowers. We farm in a way that is good for the soil and good for native plants. We reuse food scraps from the campus cafeteria. It's such a great way to get involved and to be sustainable and to be able to give back to the community.
You know, Jennifer, I think what they're doing on campus is great.
They are really making a difference in the community.
Our next story features field reporter David Byler interviewing University's Kaplan Scott Kirshner, giving you a unique perspective of Weber Chapel.
Here lies Weber Chapel, a beautiful building enriched by years of historical tradition. I proceeded to interview Scott Kirshner, Susquehanna University's current chaplain, about his experience with Weber Chapel and why he continues to preach within its walls.
Well, Chaplain Kirshner, it's nice to meet you.
Likewise, David.
What do you know about the history of Weber Chapel? What did you know coming in, and what do you know now?
Mm-hmm. Well, I knew nearly nothing coming in, but Weber has a pretty interesting history in that almost immediately upon being built, it was something of a dinosaur. And the reason for that is that it was built for a time when there was mandatory daily chapel, and the same year that the building opened, mandatory daily chapel ended. So the purpose for which it was built, it was basically not used for from the beginning. Another aspect of that is that it was built to be able to seat the entire student body for events like commencement, etc. And it wasn't long after it was built that the student body size grew so that it wasn't any longer even able to seat the entire student body. So it was a little bit of a dinosaur immediately upon being built, but it continues obviously to be a useful building for us and used for many things daily, but never quite used for what it was built for.
Well, as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of Weber Chapel, I want to thank you on behalf just for coming out and taking part in this interview.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All righty.
As we learned from Scott's perspective, Weber Chapel is more than a traditional church. To some, it is the quintessential home, welcoming people from all walks and backgrounds. And the melodious 6 o'clock chimes are a reminder that our home at Weber Chapel is never far away.
American Greek organizations here on campus. They spoke about their hardships on maintaining representation here on campus.
Originally, I joined it for all the connections you can make, but realizing somewhat halfway through my process that there was a lot more to Phi Beta Sigma than just the business aspect, the stepping and strolling aspect. There's a whole network of people who are dedicated to actually helping you achieve something, you know, be better than what you think you are.
I joined Sigma Gamma Rho because it was the most different from all the other sororities, and in that it was more diverse, and I come from a more diverse area, so I felt like I could connect a little bit more. Also, I felt like this campus is not as diverse, and so I could meet those friends that would be in other sororities in different environments, but I wouldn't necessarily meet the people that I met in Sigma Gamma Rho if I didn't join it. So on campus, I've had there have been so many people from different sororities that have asked me why did you choose Eshiro? Kind of alluding to the fact that you're white, why did you choose Eshiro? So yeah, I think people look at me different, but within our sorority, I don't even our group of girls are so tight. When we're talking and just having fun, no one even thinks about race. It just doesn't come. It's like we're friends.
I don't feel any pressure. I'm also Indian, so I don't really feel any pressure going to Phi Beta Sigma rather than choosing a different organization. And as far as people looking at me differently, they can look all they want. Phi Beta Sigma doesn't discriminate, and neither should any other organization.
When we come back, we're talking sports. Stay tuned to SU at Noon.
Welcome to a place where everybody knows your name. David's Awesome Cookies and Pretzels. Located on 4 Maple Street in Mifflinburg, PA, we provide our customers with delicious cookies and pretzels that are freshly rolled, baked, and packed in a friendly environment that is reminiscent of home. We are open Tuesday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and during Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at our location in Mifflinburg, PA, for all your cookie and pretzel related needs.
Hey, you. Hey, you. What do you think about Victor Harges' workout plan?
Do I think about Victor's workout plan? I don't think I've ever done Victor's workout plan.
Do you need a workout plan? Well, Victor's workout plan is just for you. Get your chest right, get your butt right, get your muscles right, get your thighs right, get your legs right, now get your stomach right. Now lift that weight, because it's worth the wait, so you won't be looking like a tough
I think you're one of the best workout trainers ever.
Have you ever wanted to hold a horse race in the comfort of your own living quarters? Well, now you can with the state-of-the-art desktop derby. Not 1, not 2, but 6 horses can race at once. Bet against your pals. Just don't put your money in the wrong steed. Luckily, this young fellow has played his cards right. Looks like someone's going to have a good night. So get out there and purchase your desktop derby before it's too late.
Today in the studio, we have track veteran Armand Owens.
It's like the day in the life of Armand Owens.
Hey, that's what it should be. Hey, day in the life of Armand Owens.
Thank you so much for being here today, Armand.
Thanks for having me.
I know you're trying to get back healthy again, and we just saw you rehabbing with some of the athletic trainers. Could you tell us a little about your injuries and how you've been recovering from them?
Yeah, so it all started freshman year when I had a hamstring pull. It was pretty bad, so all my injuries stemming from that. But now I have a partial quad tear, and that's what I'm dealing with.
Oh, that's unfortunate, I'm sorry. But I know you ran the 400-meter dash as well as the 4x400-meter relay in high school, and you've been doing the same a lot now in college. According to Dr. Greer, a sports medicine specialist, the 4x400-meter relay is one of the most injury-prone events out in track. How do you feel about this statistic?
I just feel as though, like, as soon as you step on a track, it's possible to get hurt in any event, no matter what event you're doing, whether it's the 4x4, the 100, or any type of running event. It's possible to get hurt. That's something that we know when we step on the track.
I never looked at it like that. Well, you're looking a lot stronger at practices. What outcomes are you expecting for the rest of this season?
Thank you. Obviously, I'm expecting a championship. Our team works really hard, and we would love to win another championship. PRs, hopefully a national qualifying time, something like that.
Well, with all the hard work I've personally seen you putting in, I have no doubt that you're not going to kick butt this season. Well, thank you for being here in the studio. And coming up soon, next, more sports here on SU at Noon.
The thing about shot put is it's not about the crowd. It's not about how far you throw. It's about what you do to get there. The countless reps of shoulder press, bench press, squats, and hang cleans. And even when you are in the circle, it's just your heartbeat. Gatorade. This is what I use to hydrate. Is it in you?
Next up on SU at Noon, we get a glimpse into the life of All-American lacrosse player Cade McGregor.
How's it going? My name's Cade McGregor, and I'm a senior defenseman on the Susquehanna lacrosse team. Lacrosse is a very physical sport, so I think having a big size really helps me. I can take up a lot of space really quickly. I can also cover a lot of ground very quickly. The attackmen that they usually play are pretty small, so I have a pretty big size advantage against them game in and game out. So it's pretty fun for me usually. People always come up to me, ask me, hey, do you play basketball? Do you do that? And I'm like, no, I actually play lacrosse and ice hockey instead. Here at Susquehanna, I'm an accounting major, and you have a lot of homework you do in and outside the classroom. So being able to effectively manage my time between all the homework and also all the practices has been really crucial in maintaining the honor roll status. As a team, I hope we win a conference championship. Individually, I guess I haven't really given it too much thought yet, but I would say, definitely trying to maintain the honorable mention All-American status. If not, even improve on that, maybe get third team or something like that would be incredible. I'm very honored and humbled to be able to get accepted a job offer for an accounting firm called Snyder Cohn. Basically, I'll be doing auditing work for mostly medium to mid-sized firms, and I've been really fortunate enough to be able to accept that. As for lacrosse, I'd say it has definitely enhanced my leadership and my communication skills. As a captain out there, I really have to help my other guys out, help them along with certain issues on and off the field. And as a defense, we have to talk to each other constantly, help each other out and make sure we're all on the same page to make sure their team doesn't score a goal. I think probably the strangest things about me is that I actually don't eat pizza. I don't know, never really have. I guess probably never really will, hopefully. For me, it's all about what the team does and make sure the team wins each game in and out. Honestly, I'd rather have no stats if the team wins each game of the season. I'm just trying to help the team much as I can, make it to the postseason, hopefully get to play for and win a conference championship this year.
Samantha Selders, outgoing dance corps president, tells us about the recent showcases, her presidency, and her life in dance.
Hello, my name is Samantha Selders, and I was the president of SU Dance Corps. I've been dancing since 1999, and I've been kind of in every class since then. I started in the combination classes where I took jazz and ballet and tap, and then I came to SU, and I dance here too. So I got to SU, and I knew I had to do something with dance because I had done it for 16 years at that point, and I got involved with SU Dance Corps. And at first, my freshman year, I took a few classes, and then I befriended the president when I was here, and we became really close, and she said, "You are just like me, you should run for president," and the rest is history because I've been president for 2 years. Showcase is probably a year-long preparatory. We have to prepare for about a year. Dance course starts in August every year, and we usually start learning routines right before Christmas break. The Showcase this year went awesome. We had great stage tech and lighting tech, so everything went wonderful during the show. And the girls and guys, we have a lot of awesome guys too, everybody kind of pulled together and we put on a really great show. So that's always very rewarding. This has been a part of my life for so long and it can't end now. So I plan on finding a studio where I'm moving and keeping up with that because it's just such a huge part of my life. It's a stress relief and I've been doing it for so long that to say goodbye to it now would be, so yes, I will be dancing wherever I go.
We'll be back right after this.
I can't take it anymore. Chill out. Why don't we listen to the radio?
89 The Pulse, we're always keeping you entertained and rocking to those hits. WQSU, we're here for you.
Story this afternoon. We have a story about Susquehanna's most popular traditions, tubing.
This is the majestic Susquehanna River. Okay, you caught me. This is actually the lesser-known Penns Creek. But why is this little creek so special? Well, this creek travels with the Susquehanna, where they both pass the town of Selinsgrove, home of the esteemed Susquehanna University. It is being called home by so many, and the memories they have formed there are forever in their hearts. One memory that all SU students must have, especially seniors, is tubing. Tubing has become somewhat of a tradition to the student body, and SU at Noon took time to sit and talk to some students about this tradition.
I haven't done it, but I've heard about it.
I've done it. I did it last year.
Oh, you have fun?
Yes,
First of all, you have fun, it's a good
absolutely.
time?
I have. Every year since I've been here.
All right, so you're a senior, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yeah, I associate it with summer and just hanging out. So I think, I knew it was a tradition at Susquehanna, but I've never done it.
I mean, it's such a great experience that if you wait till senior year, you might not be able to appreciate it as much.
I've heard that it's senior week tradition.
It's a senior
People
tradition.
get pretty crazy on the river.
I usually go for the ones that don't have the hole in the middle because during some sections of the river there's it's very shallow.
Yeah.
So, but hit the rocks.
I do have a favorite tube. It's really big and white, and it has a headrest and then a mesh bottom, so you can keep your things in it.
Always go to Five Below just to get the cheap clear ones. Throw them out at the end of the day either way.
Yeah, last year I went for the basic tube just for functionality, but I don't know. This year I'm feeling a little crazy. I might try and switch it up. Maybe you guys might be in for a surprise too. Maybe a dolphin or a big old duck.
Whenever I go with all my friends, we bring bottles of whatever we want, and we just float lazily down the river. And then I like to get out and swim around when it's really, really deep.
Definitely just talk with my friends, because you usually go in groups of 5 or 6 at least, and it's just good to reflect on your experiences together throughout the year.
Oh, you go to Rita's, you get a bucket of ice, and then you pour a little Malibu in it.
Yep.
The one section we stop at has a rope swing that we can jump off of.
Being able to do that with my senior friends last year for the last time, and it was pretty much like the last big day that a large group of us were all together because some guys have to leave for whatever reason. But I think, like I said, it's definitely the thing to do for senior year, and I would recommend it for senior week, and I would recommend it to anyone.
Don't wear sunglasses.
Don't wear sunglasses.
I lost mine
Don't
last
bring
year.
anything valuable.
Yeah.
Don't bring valuables.
Probably wouldn't bring a phone.
Probably some plastic bags.
Yeah,
Absolutely bring. Yep.
Straws.
Straws for alcohol.
Definitely got to bring a decent pair of shoes because it's pretty muddy and like rocky, like right when you get in. So you're gonna want to have shoes so you don't cut your feet. Number 2, obviously a tube, and then a bathing suit, of course. And then like the last 2 that are kind of, they're optional, but I definitely recommend is a light beer of some sort. Bud Light or Natural Light definitely goes well. Definitely some sunglasses and suntan lotion so you don't get burned.
Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I'm Victor Hargis.
And I'm Jennifer